Hello everyone, this is the EPL trio. I am Pulkit, and as always, I am joined by my co-hosts Daniel and Michael. Daniel, how's it going?
It's going great, Pulkit. Happy to be here again. It's been a few weeks and excited to watch some Prem this weekend. What about you, Michael? How are you over
Yeah,
there?
pretty good. Another long week for the Premier League weekend starts. So can't wait to see how this game week goes. How about you, Pulkit?
Yeah, pretty good. Since we are quite a way off from game week 10, I'm feeling okay. Was not a great week for me, as we will see in some time. And also, it's been quite a while since we did our team reviews. I think last we did it for game week 7. We were continuing with our Twitter spaces, and actually we had quite a good interaction there. So if you guys want to join, we usually do Twitter spaces before the deadline, a day before the deadline, or sometimes on the deadline day, especially if it's on a Friday. So please join us. There are quite interesting discussions there. But now getting back to the team review, it's the game week 10 review. And as always, we start with you, Daniel.
Yeah, a green arrow. I feel like I've been alternating between green and red like every game week this season. So it's nice to be in the green this time. It's been poor across the defense. Or double Arsenal has not been paying up as well. I mean, everyone who got them have regretted that. And then Trent, 2-pointer, Rico Lewis, 1-pointer. Then in the midfield, Palmer as a captain did not return. I think only Salah captainers won that week because Haaland also got flagged. The Rogers got a nice 9-pointer, and the best player was Solanke, who got 2 goals and an assist. So that was good. Finally, he repays us after blanking for so many weeks. And on my bench, I have Semenyo with a 10-pointer, but it was against City, so I don't think I was going to start him anyways. And yeah, I'm up to 2.59 million. Hopefully, we can ride that green arrow streak.
Yeah, that's good. And of course, it was great to see Solanke finally return. Not so good for me, but I think it's good for Spurs, at least that now their number 9 is returning. And of course, as we'll see with your bus team, he has a great fixture coming on as well.
Yeah, exactly. As you just mentioned, Solanke returning. Honestly, I'm gutted that you did remove him. Most of her. Yeah, so he's playing Ipswich this week. Right now, he's my vice captain. I don't think I'm going to captain him, but I mean, I don't know where my imagination will take me in the next few days. So, yeah, no changes so far. I am thinking of doing a few things, but I'll have to think about that. Like some major things like removing Haaland, getting in Salah. But I might just wait out another week. But again, I'll have to think about it. Then Balo comes in for Rico Lewis. City have been really poor defensively. I know Brighton have not been the best team, but they have been scoring. And then Semenyo coming in for Rogers. So yeah, nothing majorly changes from now. But let's see what happens.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, that team is quite good on paper, but are you concerned about Calvert Lewis and his recent form?
I mean, he's blanked for like what, 7, 8 game weeks in a row, maybe. So it is obviously pretty concerning, but I think at his he's like 5.9 maybe at his price range. I have like other players to put out, as Pulkit likes to say. I want to get in Salah, Son, I like a premium midfield. So for now, I, I'm gonna say I'm gonna keep him for a few more game weeks. Again, everything do have like easy fixtures, but they've not been scoring and Color John has been getting subbed off at the mid 60s, 70s. So yeah, I wouldn't say he's a good asset to have at the moment, but I'm gonna give him a few more weeks while I deal with my other players.
and also as we are hearing that Palmer might be an injury concern. Let's see how long or if at all he's an injury concern. So probably maybe that is some place you might change, right?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to keep on. I mean, if he's on versus Arsenal, I'm still thinking about it, but I think I'll just bench him because Chelsea have a great run in a few game weeks. So
Yeah.
I want to happen that. So to save myself like 2 transfers, I think personally, like I would keep him. Unless obviously, like you mentioned, it's confirmed that he's out for a few weeks, then I would like, yeah, that's my plan with him so far.
Yeah, makes sense. All right. And I guess you have already 2 free transfers, so you are in a good position. So if you roll, you basically get free transfers next week before the fixtures turn for quite a few teams like Arsenal.
Exactly. Yeah. There's Arsenal, Chelsea. I mean, not Liverpool, but I want to get Salah for Haaland. So yeah, I'm looking to roll hopefully so I can do like 3 or even 4 for his transfer next week.
And also with Arsenal, because you already have the double defense, would you try to get in Saka, Sonish, or Havertz?
I'm looking more at Saka, or I mean, I could also do Solanke to Havertz for almost the same price range. But again, no, Solanke got all last week, so let's see if he picks it up and he starts putting good performances. So I would say probably Saka over Havertz for now. But yeah, it's gonna be between Son and Saka for my like other expensive midfielder.
By the way, I heard about Arsenal's fixtures, and I think in away games, they have pretty much faced all the top 6 teams that are there in the Premier League at the moment. And in fact, in the like after this fixture, I think they have faced pretty much most of the teams that are there in the top 11, apart from Fulham. So next difficult home fixture for them, I think, would be in around game week 24 or something, which is Manchester City.
I think have they first Nottingham Forest, or are we just using top 6 and top 11 as a different criteria?
Yeah, I meant after Nottingham Forest.
Oh, after.
So
Okay,
the
yeah,
current
okay.
top 6. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you, basically you're saying keep double Arsenal defense. Is what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's not like, because Arsenal conceding goals is putting a lot of people off defense and off Arsenal attacks. I would say you may not travel up, but at least don't sell your Arsenal players if you have kept them through the difficult times.
Agreed.
All right. And then let's go to the hero of the week, Michael.
Yeah. So let's just say my team, the unsung hero is Haaland, the best player not to be owned by any team at the moment. But let's focus on what my team actually did. So Cell's got another good game week for me. So 5 last week, 6 this week. I don't think I've had a better run of goalkeeper scoring since I started this season, which is good to see. And in my defense, the star of the show is Aina. I was thinking actually to get Michael Lenko instead of him, but thanks to Pulkit and you, Daniel, I got him instead, which was great advice. And then, I mean, Nallery and Trent getting blanked, that was a bit unusual, but again, it's once in every few games, so I'm not too worried about that. And in my midfield, Salah's coming in strong again as captain, especially when Haaland, Palm, and start blank this game week. Yes, again, every time I start him, he doesn't score. I think he only scored once in about 6 starts when I started him in the team. And then in my forwards, Cunha again, he gets a good return. And even though Wolves doesn't win or he doesn't score, he'll always get at least one bonus. I don't know how the bonus system works, but it's working in his favor for some reason. And then in my bench, if I didn't buy Havertz, he would have been in my starting lineup. So that was the only really downside to my week this week.
I mean, you also had Bruno who got 10 points.
Oh,
right?
yes.
So-
So I almost forgot. I think it's just the Liverpool supporter in me. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with Man United, but Bruno seems to be the choice for any of the players, with I think Garnacho probably a very close second.
Yeah, I think when you went for Bruno, even I myself was not too confident about him. But when the manager changed, I think Bruno became the top choice of a lot of managers. And I remember last week during the spaces, I think me and Daniel was still promoting Bruno quite a bit with the turn coming up. And there was Adil in Twitter who basically said only non-owners are happy to talk about Bruno, and the owners are frustrated of him. So I hope this 10-pointer from Bruno changes things.
Yep. I mean, this 10-pointer changes things for me anyways. A lot of non-owners will probably say, oh, he scored a penalty, so it's not really a real 10-pointer. But if we use Cole Palmer as a foundation, last year, I think about 10 plus, almost 10 or more goals from him were from either set pieces, free kicks, or penalties. So I think if this can continue, he might have a half decent run in for FPL.
Yeah, exactly. And I think United could be an interesting prospect.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel, go ahead.
No, yeah, I was saying they have like really good fixtures as well, United coming up. So yeah, I mean, looks like he could like go on a nice run.
Yeah. And I think for the next three fixtures, those who have him are of course in a good position. Those whose structure allows to get in a United midfielder are also good. But I think there will be a lot of watch and see, because the new manager, it depends what structure he goes with, whether it prefers the striker a lot more. So maybe then Rasmus could be a good option. Garnacho and Bruno are considered to be good options. And also it might be that the wing backs, so Mazarui or Dalot, could become good options. So it's basically a great time to keep an eye on United, I think.
Definitely.
All right, then let's go to your bus team, Michael.
Yeah. So with my bus team, nothing much really changed from before as we speak. The only major change is just my captaincy option. So I've put it on Bruno this week. Yes, the 10-pointer last game week helps, but I think he has a better point ceiling than Salah this week, especially when they have a new manager bounce and they're playing at home against a promoted team. And while Salah, who is fixture proof, I think a game against Aston Villa is a little bit harder than a home game against Leicester City. This might change as the week goes on because of Cole Palmer, and I think Havertz might not be playing this week because of the head injury from the Champions League game. Daniel, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think Havertz has a chance?
Yeah, I mean, good thing it wasn't like an injury, right? That wasn't something massive. It was just like, I mean, there was a lot of blood, I thought, but unless it's like a major cut, I don't see why he wouldn't be able to play unless the bleeding's not stopping. But is there a press conference before the weekend or not?
There would be a press conference before the weekend, like before the game.
Yeah, I know usually there is, but I don't know if like with the Champions League game going on, if different.
Because I don't know if Arteta had any conferences after that game. The only one I heard was from Chelsea, the Chelsea manager, and where he said Palmer wasn't training. So, but I haven't heard the Arteta one yet.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen one either. So usually they come tomorrow. But yeah, we'll have like more clarity.
Yeah, definitely. Because
Arteta would come out and
tell you he's not playing, he's somewhere else in Europe, but then somehow he plays that game and scores.
We have to use the cheat sheet. The cheat sheet.
Yeah. Just one comment on the captaincy. So I was hearing this pod from FPL Wire, and there they were discussing about Haaland and Salah. Such a famous topic. So I think late riser asked Pras if, like, irrespective of the price and irrespective of everything, would he say Haaland is a better captain than Salah? And Pras said that he still prefers Salah to be a better captain. And the reason he gave was quite convincing, which was basically Villa have played they played the midweek game away, and now they are playing away game to Liverpool. Whereas Liverpool played home game in the midweek and now again playing a home game. So the tiring part for Villa could be there and could be a great game for Salah as well.
Yeah, definitely. And because with Aston Villa, one of my transfer options was transferring out Watkins this week for a good wood. But that was my plan if Havertz and Palmer didn't have that injury cloud over them.
Makes sense. All right. Team looks good. You have the key player, I think, in Bruno. All right. Then let's go to my team. So a really bad game week this week. Flecken 4-pointer, Gabriel blank, Trent blank, Lewis blank, Mikolenko blank. So pretty much everyone blanked. Palmer, Foden. I went with Foden captaincy. In the end, I saw significant like opportunities in that Southampton game, and Foden's record against Bournemouth like convinced me to go with it. Though later I realized what I wrote in my post about Bournemouth being really good at home. But even if I would have realized it, I would have gone with Palmer captain because Manchester United at home have been horrible. Though they turned up, maybe the or like Eric Ten Hag going away is already having an impact. But also Chelsea were not that great in the game. So it's not like Chelsea didn't have the chances. It's just that they were not putting in their entire strength that like they used to do in other game weeks. But again, Foden blanked. He did have decent chances, but just like other weeks, same thing. Mbumo 3-pointer, Fulham won that game. Did think Fulham could win this game, but I was actually hoping for a high scoring game, which is why I sold Solanke to get Raul Jimenez. And I strongly felt that Brentford would concede at least 2 or 3 goals because defensively, Brentford have not been great. To my surprise, Brentford managed to keep a clean sheet till like 90 plus 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was quite happy to see Flecken getting a 12-pointer, only to see in another 3 minutes, like at 92nd minute, it changed from 12-pointer to 8-pointer. And then in 97th minute, it changed from 8-pointer to 4-pointer. So in like last 5 minutes, it went from 12 to 4. So that was quite hurting.
Yeah,
And
that
then
was tough. Owners.
exactly. And then the bench, Semenyo. I had Semenyo in, but then when I heard Gabriel is fit, I moved him. I don't regret that decision. I don't think I would have played Semenyo like any day against Manchester City, even though Brentford are good at home, but their defensive record is much better than their attacking record. Though City always concede a goal somehow. So maybe playing Semenyo would have been a good option, especially maybe against Lewis. But still, no regrets there. So as I was mentioning, this week was a bit of a disaster because benched the wrong player, transferred out the wrong player, and then captained the wrong player. So let's hope no such game weeks occur in the future. Down to 1.35 million with the red arrow. But hoping to see things get better now. And going to my bus team. So I didn't make any changes yet. I was planning to actually roll this week. We'll have to monitor the situation with Palmer. If he seems to be out for 2 weeks even, then I might consider selling him because I was looking forward to getting in Salah at some point, and I'll just do the transfer right now. So Palmer to Salah would leave me short by 0.2 million. I could do Lewis to another defender, someone from Forest or even a Mazraoui from United, or I even looked at Mbumo to Brennan Johnson because of the fixture Spurs have this week, and it would be good to have some Spurs cover, but that would be too short-sighted, like just the Ipswich game. So not really keen about that because Mbumo also has a couple of home games that are quite good. And to my surprise, last week when I was looking this home and away stats, Brentford has the highest XG number in the home games. So that's quite an achievement. So may not sell Mbumo.
I just wanted to say that we had the farmers out for a few weeks, you might transfer him out, but after this game week, there's the international break. So
Yeah.
next game week is like in 3 weeks. So I would say if he does miss the Arsenal game, I mean, unless it's a major injury, he's gonna be back for like the next game week, which is 3 weeks away from now. So I think the Bournemouth Spirit, like, they're just for one game.
Yeah. So basically, it's this season is all about just keeping 2 or 3 premiums that you can. And if I end up selling Palmer, and even if he's back the week later, then I might just not have him and have Haaland, Salah, and Saka as my premiums, or I might sell Haaland to Jackson and Foden to Palmer, because as soon as I sell Haaland, I have the money. So I could even double up on Chelsea if it looks like Chelsea are looking good. And of course, their fixture run is quite good. So basically, it might be this red arrow and this bad week, but I'd like to have some good return. And I think with Salah or Son, I see that opportunity in this week to get that return.
Nice. And are you set on Foden as a captain, or that might change still?
Unless I sell Palmer to get someone like a Son or Salah or someone like that, it's probably set on Foden. And it's basically the same reasoning. So till the time I captained him in the Bournemouth game, I was convinced that I'd sell him the week later and change to Son, which is also one of the reasons that I downgraded Solanke to a Raul so that I could have money to do this. But Son's fitness still looks a bit murky. And Foden has a great record against Brighton, and I think Brighton could be get at. So I might play this last last chance with Foden again before I sell him out.
Makes sense. Yeah, I think we spoke about it in our spaces last week as well. Our Foden has also a great record. So yeah, I think this is the game where you evaluate him versus Brighton.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So,
KDB
yeah.
seems to be almost match fit now. So that might help Foden more, where he can be more central or cut him more in the wing.
Yeah, basically, I think Gundogan is their weakest link at the moment. He pretty much has no legs now. So if they could start like maybe Nunez in the center mid, even if KDB is not back, and then Doku on the left, that should help them, because I don't think Gundogan is providing them what they are looking from him. And KDB, I think, yes, he's fit, but I think they probably monitor him. I'm not expecting too many minutes in the Brighton game, but then I know the question would be in my mind to see out the Spurs game as well, because then KDB could be back. All right, then I guess we reviewed our teams. We discussed a few transfer plans. So I guess we're done. Unless you guys want to add something.
Nothing else for me.
Yeah,
All right.
same here.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.